Hello everybody, this is Jerry, and I'm going to make a new kind of video. Me and Don Quixote are out here walking out. It's kind of peaceful out here. Snow on the ground and the country by the pond. And anyway, see, recently I've had an awakening. I decided I wanted to know the truth, and I forgot all the things. There were holes in the things I'm learning in religion, Christianity in particular. So this is about a year ago, 9 months, something like that. I said, God, what would you have me know or do? And that's it. And then I was quiet. I meditated. I didn't expect the answer in 30 seconds or 3 minutes or 3 days. I just waited. And I want to say about 3 weeks later, I was just standing there. I wasn't even meditating. And I had a complete understanding that our consciousness is where our memories are, not in our brain tissue. When you're giving something in a divine nature, I've had NDE 10 years ago too. You don't question that because you know it's solid. It's not something you had to read in the book. Somebody told you in university or somebody with a PhD. If you believe something like that, that's still just believing because somebody told you. That's not knowing. I was a Christian the majority of my years, and until I realized what the narrative of divide and conquer, the Roman Church, the Catholic Church and the Roman Empire, what their motive was to rule and to take away. They don't want people to have their divinity, to know their consciousness and their full potential is not something they want. They want a bunch of stupid sheep that'll follow blindly and do what's expected. So with that first little bit of knowledge given to me, I understood what is my consciousness. And with that, the next step for me was I started watching videos with Jordan Maxwell and Dolores Cannon. And when Dolores talked about raising your vibration, it didn't make sense, but I knew in a divine way that I was supposed to listen to them, that their message was important. And now I already understand raising my vibration. It's something that almost comes second nature. And basically, at first, all I knew was do things with love, and that was all I needed at the time. That was good enough, and I went forward. Now I understand that being in fear, worrying, getting upset with politics and things, that's lowering your vibration. That's what they want. You're easy to manipulate like that. So the veil that came off at first was politics. I've seen through it, religion. I understand there are some truths in the Bible. Esoteric laws are something I know are absolute. Those are divine and absolute. You're not going to cheat them. As above, so below. As within, as without. And law of attraction. These things, you're not going to cheat it. All I can know is that God put these in place, and that's it. Also, I know that God is in my consciousness, in me, every living thing. So I don't have to pray to a man with a beard sitting in a chair over the clouds, because that's ridiculous nonsense. And I know better than that. I know when I pray now, I still give thanks. I thank God for everything, for the esoteric laws, for my life, for all the second chances I've got in life, But I don't have to beg the guy with the beard sitting in the chair over the clouds. I don't have to do that. I know my divinity, and I know my divine power of creation, and I use that. I use it. I took that little seed of information and I went forward. I moved forward. Now the veil is off. I can understand. I can see through the parts of the Bible that are ridiculous and see the divine message. Like when Jesus said, I come not in peace but with the sword. I don't have to be told. I understand that sword. That sword is truth and his honor, his dignity. He's not going to go with what the empire wants, with what the church wants. He's going to go with his truth, with his honor. And to me, a good example of modern day is Graham Hancock. I have a lot of respect for Graham. Mauro Biglino too. These guys, Graham knew as an archaeologist. We have this thing called if a person says, my son's a lawyer, my son's a doctor, my speech gets messed up outside because of my strokes. But it's cold, when it's cold outside. there's that character that comes with it, or that status that comes with being a this or that. If I said, my son's a ditch digger, it wouldn't have that prestige that comes with, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer. But with that prestige comes people thinking they have to live up to it always. And there goes the honor, because they're having to put the BMW out in the driveway, and sometimes that means selling yourself out or going with the mainstream, which sometimes a doctor might say, that's not right. I know in my heart that's not right. But, oh, I got to pay for that Mercedes outside. I got to pay for my, whatever, $300,000 home. So I'll just shut up and go with it. I think this is what Jesus meant with letting go of your possessions. It doesn't mean you can't have them. It means that if you're too attached to them, you're probably not going to go in the fight. You're going to be too attached to your things to let go of them, And for me, my channel, they punish me for, going against this, like, I don't know, having weapons, or they show you where your perimeters are. Like for me, if I talk against the shots or this kind of thing, I know I'm going to get punished. Every now and then I'll get to 2,000 subscribers. Then they kick me, and I wake up one morning, I'm really excited. And now I wake up and I have 1,200. And I'm like, you know what? They can kiss my ass, because my honor, my sword comes first. I will not give away my dignity and my honor. And go back to Graham Hancock. I can see in the beginning where he would have said, I'm an archaeologist. And he already seen what happens when you go against the narrative. They punish you, they kick you, they humiliate you, they laugh at you. But if you go with the narrative and you're a sucker, a kiss ass, what do you have? You may have money, you may be on all the talk shows. It's like another example is what was his name? We're taught in school, the inventor of electricity, or Thomas Edison. He was another mainstream kiss ass. All he did was go with the mainstream. He did what the big families, the Rockefellers, told him to do. But you know what? Nicholas Tesla didn't. He wouldn't sell out. He died with his honor. He may have died without money and prestige, but you know what? Now he has it, and we know who he is. And I look at the two. Now Graham Hancock has finally broke through. He's been on a Netflix thing. He has a badass channel on YouTube, and the guy's a hell of a man. He's a gentleman, a scholar, and he's intelligent, and he has his honor. He came with a sword, and he didn't deviate for 20 years it took him. But you know what? I bet you at some point he was like, I may never get where I want to be, but he knew he had his honor, and that was most important. I'm glad he made it. I wish Nicholas Tesla would have. But I can respect Nicholas Tesla all the more because he never gave up. He never said, I'll just sell out and so I can get money, so I can sell my inventions. And this is what I plan. I would rather be someone with honor and dignity. And I know I'm pissing off a lot of my friends that I'm telling the truth about what religion is. I'm not saying everything in the Bible is wrong, but the main ideology is to separate us from our divinity. When you connect with your divinity, you're a very powerful being. All of us have that. Our Christ is our consciousness. Our ego is like, analogy is the devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. That's kind of a real thing, because your ego is that devil keeping you alive. Run, there's a fire, hit him back, he hits you, eye for an eye, that kind of shit. But when you let your Christ shine and you connect with your consciousness, and you know the difference. This morning, my ego was telling me, just lay in bed, get depressed. That's comfortable. I said, no. And then I got another feeling of, you should be mad about this. I don't even remember what it was. And I'm like, no, F you, I'm not going to do that. And I decided I'm going to get up and make this video and, tell it how I connected with my consciousness, how I asked God to show me the truth, and how wonderful that has been, because that was the opening. That was just, that opened the door of my knowing my divinity and my consciousness. When that veil comes off, you know truth. I don't know everything. I know what's important right now, and I can do things with the veil off. I can tell, is this real? Or I don't have to know something because I read it, or because Graham Hancock or Mauro Biglino said, but I can have direction that, no, this is something Reginald has a video called Hermetic Teachings or something. I'll leave his link below. The guy's intelligent. But, you know, I don't agree with everything. He thinks the Anunnaki were like symbolism, like what I think. Most of the Jesus stories in the Bible, to me, are more symbolism. I'm not saying that he didn't exist or everything didn't happen, but I understand the symbolism in it. And I see the esoteric meanings in the Bible, too. Come on, Don. And, come on. So, but like the Anunnaki, I started having this understanding about learning what these are, and I started understanding like El and Enki and Enlil. I don't know whether they really existed, but I understand the meaning, dark and evil, you know. Anyway, I'm going to keep it right about there. I think I'm going to end with that because I don't want to get jabbering, making no sense. But I love you all, and this is going to be the start of where I'm going, I think, with my channel, is trying to, even though I'm in the beginning, I'm just learning what the esoteric laws are, and I'm learning the truths, the mainstream narrative, and I'm completely going against that because I want, the truth is more important to me than anything else. Humanity, we deserve to know the truth, and we deserve to be free, and we're enslaved mentally, spiritually, and physically, and I don't like that. So that's my purpose. It's not to chastise people and say, oh, you're wrong. You know, I want truth more over than anything else, including myself. I want to know the truth of everything. So that's my purpose. That's my reason for this. And I love you all, and thank you for watching, and God bless you.